Alright, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be talking about my day and how unfortunate or bad my day was. So, today was a normal day. Wake up, go to school, no big deal. Just same day. Today I get an idea, and my idea was about my Xbox, and I wanted to mod my Xbox 360 controller. So I was going to put paddles on my Xbox controller, and I had the buttons and everything. I had all the stuff I needed, except for the soldering iron. I go to the store and I buy one. I have a little bit of money at this point. So I get it, I'm all excited. I'm coming home. I got the buttons and everything. I have everything set up, ready to go. I even tested it. Okay? I tested the controller. I put the buttons on the things, and I tested it to make sure it would work. And, it worked and everything. And I'm pressing the button, you see Xbox, you see it work. I'm able to open up menus with it. I'm able to reload guns and stuff and use X and use A just like I wanted to. And it was working fine, And then I was like, oh, this is going to be so cool. And so I go into the basement. I got the soldering iron heated up. Alright, we got to backtrack. Okay. So before I got the soldering iron or anything, I was trying to break one of the little things off, the little buttons, just so I could see if maybe I could just connect the wires to see if it would work or anything. And so I went to break it off, and I missed. It hit my finger with a screwdriver. So the first thing that I ended up doing on this project of mine was cutting my finger wide open. It's not as bad as you probably think it is, but it still hurt. But life goes on. My parents finally came home. They finally brought me to the store. Got my soldering iron like I told you guys earlier. So I soldered them to the controller, and it's working, It's working fine. Everything's working. And then I go to make the little paddles that I was putting on the back of the controller. And so I was cutting in plastic. I was cutting the plastic with a razor blade. And so the fucking razor blade snapped. I was trying to pull the razor blade out, and I cut my thumb open. So one day, 2 cuts, 2 injuries in one day. It's probably happened worse to people. Ooh, P90. It's probably happened worse to people, but it's not the point. Like, today was just a bad day so far. And I started rushing. I started doing everything too fast. I started going way too quick. And when I was rushing, I was making careless decisions. I noticed that the shell wasn't fitting correctly. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe it's this wire right here. So I fixed the wire, and then it still doesn't help it. And so I decided, with me being a complete genius at everything, I decided, it's okay, I'll torque the shit down. So I have the screws in there, and I just start tightening it. I don't really, at this point, I just want to get it finished and done with. I didn't really think of what I was doing, so I torqued it down. The one thing in the controller that could have gotten in the way was the little sync thing that syncs to your Xbox. And then I forced it down, and it crushed it. So now, it wouldn't connect to my Xbox. On top of it not connecting to my Xbox, a couple minutes later, it won't even turn on at this point. Like, my controller is so messed up. I know all this video was me talking about how bad my day was. And people obviously have worse days than I do, but, I don't have a point. I rushed. I messed it up. So, moral of the story is, guys, don't rush. Just take things slow sometimes. Especially if you're working on something that's, important to you. This is really important to me, and I tried to rush. And I messed up the one thing that I wanted most, and I liked most, and that was my Xbox controller. So, that was my story. Hope you guys liked it. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.